It does say, Mr. Jones to be taken into your fullest confidence and will be extended every facility in all cases. That puts a great deal of responsibility on my shoulders. I'm coming in tight for that from school.
Please, do not neglect to continue your inquiries into the hotels on the Strip. They're not yet in our possession. And remember, even if they are not for sale now, they may become for sale if the offer is attractive enough. Also, perhaps it is time we look into acquiring another airline. A nice small one with growth potential that could eventually become... My eyes are tired. Dropping balls of colored glass on sticks of vibrating nerves, anchored into my brain so they won't roll away. I need my eyes. My vision is important because I'm an important visionary. I imagine something, I'll think of how you would make it, I'll make it work. I'm lucky because I have know-how. I know where all the pegs fit in. People like to tell you you can't do things. Well, I've done it. You can't fly a fucking Noah's Ark. Maybe I can. Maybe I did. I've built the biggest airplane that's ever been built. A man could stand up inside the goddamn wing. People had to belittle it. Call it spruce goose and all that crap. His name was Hercules. A name of power. A name of strength. A name of godly strength. People exhaust me. I made a great movie. Scarface. Hell of a movie. Wouldn't give me the goddamn seal of approval unless I changed the ending. What do they think life is, a lousy Hallmark card? It's not in our agenda. It's not in our rule book. Reality is a terrifying thing to people in the entertainment business. Palpitations are the pistons driving the little motor that is your heart. Driving a little too fast, that big uncut ruby that is your heart. Connected all through you by winding ribbons of blood. Jane Russell gave me a few palpitations. Jane wasn't such a plain Jane now, was she? What a fuselage. I developed my natural assets, my knowledge of aerodynamics to Jane's natural assets, and allowed her to become the fullest example of what she was meant to be, an ultimate vehicle of desire. I was like them actresses, so blonde, so dark, so curvy, so much larger than life, so straightforward about their desires. When you're out with a woman like that, other men are just in awe. I can't believe a woman can actually look like that. So aerodynamic. Women can be hard to handle. Much harder to handle than a plane. When you're in a plane, you're in control. You're in danger, but you're in control. Your body becomes one with the machine. You're in extreme danger, extreme control. All at the same time. You're going faster than anyone's ever gone before. You're in a machine you created. No one gave it to you. You're having an experience no one's ever had before, and you're knowing it while you're having it. an extreme, intense, complete experience. That's beyond anything. That's beyond any toy you ever had. That's beyond any piece of ass you ever had. That's beyond anything. That is worth anything.
If you have to receive it, I am submitted. Now, about relations. I wouldn't be comfortable by throwing the secret here or anything of that sort. I just want to keep it safe to have your orders.
Charles Lindbergh astonished the world. Without sleep or company, without precedent, he flew from New York City to Paris, France. He came home to an overwhelming reception.
82 parades.
In the United States alone. 4 million people lined Broadway for his ticker tape parade. He was an authentic hero, and America was in love. Oh, sweet Jesus! It's... Oh, sweet Jesus!
Hey! Jesus! Hey, Lindy!
It's
the best!
greatest spirit of
St. Louis! Your favorite pie!
Does he have a girl?
It's me! It's me! It's me! Farm boy.
College girl.
Yeah. Nope. 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 Yeah. Nope. Yes. Yep. Yep. Honest John.
Timid mouse.
Ah! What? Risk taker.
Sheltered princess.
Yes. Yep. Nope.
Won't you come into dinner, Colonel?
Yep. A. E. O.
Won't you tell us about your flight?
I wanted to be first. I hadn't slept. I had to start. I had to beat them.
It was a competition.
I was alone. I had a compass, a sextant, and a chart. I had to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I saw the moon. My wings froze up. My compass broke. I had to steer by the stars.
How difficult that must have been.
I had to sleep. I mustn't sleep. I slept. I dreamed.
Oh, dear.
I had visions. My plane woke me up.
Thank goodness.
I saw a boat. I hollered, "Which way is Ireland?" I saw land. I saw people. I saw the Eiffel Tower. I hadn't slept. I had to land. I was swept away by the crowd. I made it.
How thrilling.
I called Mother. I slept. Back at school, Anne pined for Colonel Lindbergh. In her estimation, he was superior to any man she had ever met. She read Popular Aviation magazine and hung around the local airfields. One of the pilots took her up for a free flight. If only Colonel Lindbergh would remember her. How's about? Going up.
I'd love to.
First, we gotta give those news hounds the slip. You're a game girl, aren't you?
I guess you might say that.
It gives you a sense of proportion, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does.
I've always wanted a girl like Mother.
Oh, Daddy's just the best. I love flying. I love it. I do.
Well, if you love it so much, why don't you learn how?
I will.
Will you, Anne?
Yes, Charles, I will. How
Oh,
very
my
cute.
Lord!
Oh, my! The guests were unaware
That they had been invited to a wedding. I do.
My husband,
My wife.
Hello? Has he ever read a book?
Hurry up!
Oh, I don't mind. Where you go, I go.
Come on!
An artist with an airplane. Life in a fishbowl.
Please, leave me alone. How do you feel? And what would you say, even on the honeymoon?
Leave me alone, thank you.
Would you repeat that? Leave us alone! I have met the most amazing man. His name is Dr. Alexis Carrel. He wants me to help him design a blood pump for an artificial heart. He's got some mighty interesting ideas.
Dark people are inferior because too much sun has overcooked their brains. It's true.
And boy, what a temper for such a little guy.
And criminals should be reacquainted with the whip.
He won the Nobel Prize.
And death should be the sentence for more crimes. Lots of crimes. Kill off the worst type to improve the breed. Like dogs. You see?
He's a character.
No drinking, no smoking, no nasty business, no dancing.
But he makes a lot of sense.
I'm studying to be a radio operator. 10, 4. 10, 4. 10, 4. Roger. I'm studying navigation for hours and hours every day.
What degree?
6. North. North. North.
What direction?
North. Northeast. Southwest.
What degree? What direction?
7.
What?
7.5.
What? Don't ask.
Latitude. Longitude.
Watch. Latitude, longitude. Do it.
Latitude. Longitude.
Latitude, longitude.
Latitude. Longitude. 0 meridian. I'm studying to be a pilot. Again?
Again. Congratulations!
Whee!
Partners at last! Transcontinental speed record. Together.
7 months pregnant.
The birth of Charles Jr.
Lullaby.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Lullaby.
Over the rug we go.
Lullaby.
Together.
The death of Daffin the Terrier.
Run over by tourists in the front yard.
No!
No!
No! A new house.
Over the house we go.
Alone.
Together. Safe. Anne and Betty Gab put little Charlie to bed.
Shh. Shh. Shh.
One of the shutters was warped and would not shut.
Shh.
Charles honked the horn to let them know he had arrived.
Beep.
Beep, beep, beep. Charles heard a sound.
Like an orange crate smashing.
She ran a bath.
Betty warmed her hands to pick up the baby. No breathing. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Mrs., do you have the baby?
Colonel, do you have the baby?
No.
No. No. No.
Crack. Crack!
There was a letter on the windowsill. Dear Mr.
Dear. Dear.
Dear Mrs.
Dear. A ladder had been made to the exact height of the window.
Charles!
It appears that
It's impossible.
It seems
They can't.
they have.
Reality.
The worst that could happen had happened.
Detectives camp all over our house.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Gangsters and politicians offer us help.
No, I've got a handle on it.
I've got your baby, you rich fucking bitch.
We'll do it. We'll get it.
12,000 people mail us their dreams.
The child's.
Body was found.
Yes, I am satisfied.
My
This is
child.
my child. I want to
Is
know.
it?
I've got to know. This is what we figure. Entering through the window,
Taking the sleeping child from its prey.
obviously,
Undoubtedly,
what we're dealing with.
Once a child had been placed in the bag,
Please bear in mind that
the latter was homemade. We don't know for certain.
we can't say for sure.
Perhaps he never meant to hurt the child.
Died instantly.
Never felt a thing. We'll never
We'll
know.
never know.
We'll 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 never know.
The little sleep suit was soaked with blood.
Where was it coming from? Hoping
Animals
would.
dispose
Of. A desperate man.
The trial began on January 3rd, 1935. Everyone came.
Yes.
Blue dress.
Yes.
Bastard.
Of course.
Bastard.
From everywhere. Selling little kidnapping letters.
Lots of baby's hair. Lindbergh towered above the chaos.
We aim to prove
There is no proof.
9.
Mein Liebchen!
9. Anne could only bear to look at one small patch of blue sky.
Nothing but the truth.
Dear Mr. Mrs.
Dear, dear,
A vicious killer.
an innocent man. Nail him.
I'm hungry.
Shh. The crowd.
I'm hungry.
Shh.
I am hungry. Death.
The Lindbergh's second child, John, played in a cage.
Thor, the German shepherd, became a member of the family.
Reporters ambushed a car carrying John to school. We've got to get away.
Where can we go?
Where can we go?
I would like the appropriate parties to look into what preparations would be necessary for me to fly again, to pilot a plane again. I've been giving this a lot of thought, and I see no reason why man should not continue flying for all of his natural life. It's his God-given right as an American, and I see no reason why I should not avail myself of this right. No reason at all. Greatest goddamn invention of the 20th century, the airplane. Most heavenly machine known to man. Takes him beyond the restrictions of his earthly life and sends him up to the realm of the bird and the angel. I've loved many women in my life, but I've never loved one of them like I love TWA. When I lost my TWA, well, broke my heart. That's what did. Cracked up my heart. And oh, I got something in return. Oh, sure. An awful lot of money. And with that money, I bought my kingdom in the desert. And in the castle there, I found my safe and secret place to hide. But it wasn't what I lost. I lost my parents, lost my mother, lost my dad just a couple of years later. Me just a kid with no more idea of the world than a baby. Oh, I got my reward for being a brave little soldier, for keeping a stiff upper lip. A whole lot of money, yes, sir. Now, money can't buy your parents back, but it can buy you adulthood. Money can buy you anything but what you lost. You can never get what you lost. Loss is real. It's permanent. Loss tears your hide. And in the end, you're going to lose the one thing you care about most. Yep, your life. You'll be gone. You'll be debris. Like the vase that got broken because somebody's hands were slippery. Like when I was in that XF-11. Big invisible hand pushing me down. Why is this happening? The trees and buildings, which are supposed to be far away, tiny little objects, are getting bigger and bigger and closer. And then my wings cutting through a building like it was a gingerbread house. Flipping and crashing and burning. You keep putting yourself in dangerous situations. You're not always going to win. You're not always going to get your chips back. One day you're going to lose the farm. Might as well be in a plane. It's better than rotting away in some bed with a disease. Either way, you're gone. Like the ice cube that's melted. Like the swimming pool that's been drained. I just want to leave my mark. Kill Royal's ear. And in its last moments, your brain glob of macaroni and jelly, sprinkling twisted nails and tubing like a tilted back into a mobile. Storage bin for bad memories and wrong ideas. Grab bag for dreams and wishes and visions. In its last moments, it understands everything.
Report ship break for drive. Captain Hansford, no. Downey, 687. 687 time. Go ahead, Downey.
Carpet of living torch. attention. Concentration. Your life hangs in the balance. Touch the sun. Kiss the moon. Nearly equals. Love at first sensation of light. A prairie gal in horse and buggy days in a town carved out by pioneers. Never the giggling or gushing or blushing sort. A girl in brown who walks alone. Mother grew up on Quality Hill. Father was a promising young lawyer, but a bottle was his steadiest client, and the family's bond of faith was sacrificed. Led my willing hand to the job of patching up the Great War's handiwork that fell myself, like so many others, to the Spanish influenza. Plenty of jobs just for the pay that settled at a settlement house, lending my willing hand to the job of teaching the poor of Boston. I paid $10 for 10 minutes for my first flight. Worth every penny. Helmet, goggles. Gee, it felt swell. Pilot training. From Miss Nita Snook. Not another like her. My first plane was called the Canary, because it was yellow, you see. But not me. Crashes? That's just part of the job. Powder your nose before the reporters show up. First woman to fly the Atlantic. Chancy? Crazy? When do we leave? Aboard the friendship guest of Mrs. Guest, colossal golden bird, floating golden galleon, and are the brave cargo. Clouds like potato soup, Morrows. 2,000 miles of blind flight. Invisible men. We want the girl, Lady Lindy. Tea with Lady Astor and Mr. Churchill. Overnight celebrity. Parades, parties, propositions. Marry me, work for me, endorse me. Lucky strikes carried aboard the Friendship. It's just part of the job. I don't smoke, but the fellas did. A lecture, an article, an appearance. Fame has its price. And its rewards. George Putnam was the hand behind it all. Publisher and lover of adventure. Opening doors and then guiding the way. He knew a promising property when he saw one. George Putnam was the shaper of my image. Publicist and lover of promotion. Close your lips when smiling, don't wear hats. Pygmalion fell in love with Galatea. George Putnam was a married man, husband and father of 2 sons. But somehow they were overlooked in the passion of our historic joint venture. George Putnam was a suitor for my hand. Marriage is a cage, however fine. I cannot swear that I'll be always true. And you'd best get used to being Mr. Earhart. From lecture to lecture to lecture, 30 times a month, in a plane, if possible, scribbling in the breaks, my face in the public eye. Taking brush-up flight lessons on the sly. The best-known aviatrix should also be the best. Organizing a woman pilots club. A woman pilot's race. George, shall I fly the Atlantic? The best-known aviatrix should also be the best. Endless preparations. Carefully plotting to throw myself off a cliff.
Alone.
George was the unknown to staff up the team, watching, waiting, worrying on the ground, always there but not quite recognized, bearing the constant fear I dared not feel. Independent natures called the tune, and off we dance in our respective jigs. A modern couple taking the best from life and pulling together when necessity arose. Our millionaire publisher was not what he appeared. We always spent as much as we could earn. When I dream up another harebrained stunt, by George would always muster up the funds. Confess I was a bigamist, wedded not just to a man but to an ideal. I split my time between George and aviation, and I can't say which was my greatest love. I here confess I was a bigamist, wedded not just to a man but to an ideal. I split my time between George and aviation, and I can't say which was my greatest love. I cannot say which was my greatest love. I cannot say which was my greatest love. I cannot say which one was my greatest love. I cannot say which was my greatest love. I cannot say which one was my greatest love.
The wheels of fame keep grinding. Woman of the Year, White House dinners, Amelia Earhart fashions. Another lecture, another letter. Same lunch, same smiles, smaller fees. Time to set a new record. Solo the Pacific, from west to east. I'd rather aim for a continent than an island. No more first to conquer. How elusive is the public's attention. One final stunt. Around the world. Around its waist, like a flying sash.
Oh but shrinking.
I gotta add something to my will. No execution of this will shall be instituted prior to a period of no less than 90 days after I have been declared legally dead. They better make sure I'm good and dead before they start jumping all over my estate like a bunch of vermin. Stupid bastards, it's all going to the Hughes' Center for Disease anyway. 'Cause you never know when your number's up. Here today, gone tomorrow. Like that man sitting at that bus stop, thinking about the meal he just ate or where he was going on that bus. I hit him with my car. I didn't want to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It just happened. I mean, what can you do? You can't do nothing. You can't do anything. Or you could be landing the plane on the lake, something you've done a million times, and all of a sudden you're skidding sideways at 80 miles an hour, flipping and cracking and roaring, and then somebody's pulling you out of a window underwater, and you come up to the surface and you see your mechanic, a man you knew, with a chunk out of his head like a pie somebody wanted to slice out of. It's like you're watching a movie with your hands tied behind your back. You can't do anything, but still you're responsible. Stunt men falling out of airplanes, bodies piling up on my shoulders, breaking my back. Why? The eternal question. Meaningless. There's no such word as meaning more. Things never mean more. They only ever mean less. Sometimes the pressure's just too much. Gotta release the pressure and the tea kettle's just gonna explode. I mean, I'm an intelligent individual. I can figure things out. But one at a time, my brain's only so big. I gotta go. I gotta leave. I mean, some people call it running away from life. I call it running to your life. Back in '44, me and Joe Petrali ran away. Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones, living in Vegas or Reno or Tahoe, alone, unknown. No responsibilities. Left them all behind on their little treadmills. Sun goes up and the sun goes down. I was 13. I woke up one day and I couldn't walk. Scared the shit out of my parents. They thought it was the polio for sure. They were sure nice to me for a while there. Then 2 months later I woke up and I could walk. No one ever solved that mystery. All I ever wanted was a little respect and a little money. Is that so much to ask? Why all this pressure? My head. Sometimes you just need a quiet little room to be in by yourself. Only thinking about what you want to think about. Only eating what you want to eat. Only talking to who you want to talk to. Only doing what you want to do. Which is nothing.
Maneuvering control. Injection temperature. Injection temperature high. Trigger constant for 7.
England was peace.
England was sanctuary.
England was civilization.
England was a bore. First visit to Germany, looking at airplanes, making speeches, attending the Olympics.
Those Nazis are doing a fine job.
Anne had another child as George VI was crowned King of England.
It's going to come down to fascism or communism. Which would you prefer, honestly?
Second visit to Germany, looking at factories, flying a Messerschmitt.
That Luftwaffe could beat any combination of air forces you put up against her.
Third visit to Germany, receiving the Service Cross of the German Eagle from the hands of Herr von Goering.
I don't care what it says about them in the newspapers. I never believe what I read in the newspapers.
Fourth visit to Germany, shopping for a house.
I hear Albert Speer may design us one.
Anti-Semitic riots.
I know they've had a difficult Jewish problem, but why is it necessary for them to deal with it so unreasonably?
Perhaps we ought to just go home.
Yes, my country needs me. America must not enter this war. Why should white men fight against each other when their real enemies are the Asiatic hordes just waiting to bring godless communism to the losers?
FDR was not pleased with Lindbergh's speeches.
Their house was watched. Their phone was tapped.
FDR insulted him in the newspapers. Another baby born.
Honored to be
Another terrier dead.
undefeatable air power.
Another speech to America.
The Jews in this country must realize that tolerance depends upon peace and stability.
Yes.
Their support of this war is misguided, and we must beware because, as everyone knows, the Jews control the press, the radio, and the government.
Charles Lindbergh had gone too far. America was no longer in love. They conceived their 5th child as the bombs fell on Pearl Harbor.
Anne was ill.
Charles was depressed.
His mother had Parkinson's disease.
Thor the German Shepherd fell ill and died. Charles buried him in the yard.
deep in my bones. Bones are like the metal structure of a plane, all covered with muscles and skin, and wound around with blood vessels and nerve threads. Not hollow, but with blood-filled, spongy passages. My bones are not like steel. My bones are brittle. I could crack like an eggshell. That's why I must be protected, isolated, insulated. I'm like a breakable treasure in a glass case. I'm a treasure. Sure, why not? I'm a pretty important guy. Household name like Ivory Silver, Frigid Air. Why? Because of my good ideas. I used to walk into a room and people's eyes were glued to my head, wondering, where does he get all those good ideas? I set a cross-country speed record that no one could break for 7 years. Why? Because of my good idea. A wonderful little plane called the Winged Bullet. No, I didn't do it all by myself. But somebody's got to have the idea. Somebody's got to have the motivation to make it become a reality. It's been like that since I was a kid, too. I made a radio out of a doorbell. A working radio out of a goddamn doorbell. And then I rounded up them other kids, and I started a radio club. Why? Because I was a little engine that could. When you make something where there was nothing, make it a reality for people, well, sir, that's when you're a fortunate person. They were sure confused when I started flying all over the place. They were sure confused out in Hollywood. But I'm my own man. I do what I want to do. I'd say I want to fly around the world faster than anyone's ever flown before. And I want it to be a safe trip, and I want an up-to-the-minute plane. And I got what I wanted. I flew around the world in 3 days, 17 hours, 19 minutes. I was a goddamn hero. I had parades, plenty of them. 1 million people in New York City. 1 million people. 3/4 of Houston came out for me. Everybody wanting to see the hero. Everybody trying to get close to you. Trying to touch you. Why do people want to touch you if they don't even know you? Oh, sure, they're yelling hi at you and throwing paper to you and all that kind of crap, but who knows what they're really thinking? Because you can bet in every crowd there's a percentage of people who like you and a percentage of people who hate your guts. Why? Why? Because you're the man who has everything, but you don't have violence. Here, have some violence. Let it color your life deep and bloody and dark and burnt and vicious. I saw a riot on the same streets of Houston when I was a little kid. Hundreds of berserk Negroes running down the streets, shooting anybody who got in their way, shooting them and killed dead. Why? Why? Because they're just standing there, that's why. And hundreds of maniacs running down the street with guns. Why do people want to get so close to you? People have diseases. They've got bugs on their bodies. They've got bugs in their bodies. You can see them crawling all over their flesh. You can see them crawling all under their flesh. And if you're famous, all they want to do is sneeze up the polio on you. All they want to do is gossip the tuberculosis on you. I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta build an armor around me that no one can pierce. No one can penetrate. Everything I see is what I want to see. Everything I hear is what I want to hear. Everything I think is what I want to think. Everything I do is me, and not you. I'm in my own head. I'm in my own head. And in my head, sanctuary.
Walking from artillery, coming on the tracks now. Watch it, watch it. The periscope down. Thank you.